our understanding was that if we lose our existence. This is our last chance to survive.
These are the words of Dr. Yevhen Fedorchenko, the chief editor of Stop Fake, a website dedicated to the monitoring of war-related disinformation. He suggests that Ukraine has also been used as an ideological battleground by Western and Russian forces.
Of course, they are tired already of covering war as a war. So sometimes this kind of diversification of journalistic topics you cover is not very kind of justified.
For Ukrainians, this is their fight and their country which is at stake. Manya, a Ukrainian student living in London, knows this all too well. She still has family back home in Kiev. They've lost many of their neighbors and friends in the last year.
I think it's difficult to understand what war is like if you're outside of it and if you don't have an eye on the inside. And of course, news media and stuff like that will always pay more attention to like the biggest, the baddest, the most horrible thing that's going on right now. But it's still important to give more context to what just human lives look like in particular.
In London, Tanya and Lana are faced with human lives every day, and they smile at every refugee that comes through their door needing support. They opened a Ukrainian refugee support hub at the O2 Centre in Finchley Road to support the refugees in any way they can. Donations have been in abundance and a heartwarming sight for those in need.
We opened this Ukrainian refugee support hub in O2 Centre, Finchley Road, to help and support Ukrainian refugees in any way that we can. Mostly we give away useful items, warm clothing, shoes, toys, books, and also useful items for their new homes. But we also give psychological support, I guess, support in any way that we can. We both come from Ukraine, though we lived in this country for a very long time, so we know the custom, we know how everything works, we know how hard it can be when you come from one country to another, especially if it's not on your own will.
Support can be seen elsewhere in London, where in Wembley Park art installations have been made to express Ukrainian identity. Ira Lupa, the curator of the exhibit, aims to give an insight into life in Ukraine.
I got to Bucha with my military friend, and he introduced me to a military administration officer, and he said, please make some work around here because we really need attention. He told me the numbers that around this Kyiv region, like in those smaller towns like Bucha, Irpin, Hostomel, there's been like more than 4,000 houses destroyed, like mostly private houses, but also residential big buildings. And it's only 18 of them that are currently being in the process of renovation, 18 like out of 4,000.
Normal life still goes on. Life does not remain stagnant no matter the situation around it. War does not stop everyday life from occurring.
My husband was there and he went to the Irpin city that was occupied and later freed. And he said it's really weird feeling when you're there because some buildings are completely destroyed and some buildings are still intact. So you can live in some places. And he was just walking down the street and there was destroyed building and then intact one and destroyed and intact. So like this in front of him, the lady was mowing the lawn near the intact building, and it was very surreal because the building on either side, they were completely like eliminated. And she was mowing the lawn. Amongst all this destruction, that was what she was doing.
This shows how not even war stops everyday life, and it is an element that is seen in Wembley's exhibitions. Not all the art focuses on the destruction experienced. Ira is also attempting to demonstrate how life continues even in the harshest of conditions.
I really felt the human need to come back and spend more time with my country, to be with it in the moment, to be with my friends, how it's gonna end or what's gonna happen or how bad it is, because I feel like there are a lot of documentarians already doing this work. What I wanted to create was like more personal human experience.
Through the work of art, Ukrainians can take power back outside of the backgrounds too.
Through art, people would be more supporting Ukraine. Every piece art, every poem translated, every movie watched by people would help to understand Ukraine better and understand our fight better.